DJ Beats.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom to the chat, man. Shalom to everybody that's watching. Everybody that's go join up, man. Peace and blessings, man. Peace and blessings.
Real. Appreciate the support. You know what I mean? Lord willing, this class is edifying, man. Title, man, but praises.
Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings, man. I'm over here trying to get some stuff. Let me share something, make sure everything all right. Hope everybody feeling all right. Peace and blessings to everybody.
God. Yeah. See the title, man. 7 daily. It's a lot going on in the spirit right now. There's a lot going on in the world right now, man. All praises. Brothers and sisters are watching the news, watching the global affairs, the geopolitics. And you know what I mean? You know, the pot is stirring, it's getting hot. You know what I mean? The fire is kicking up. The Most High stirring up the spirits of these heathen. You know what I mean? And all praises
right.
for it, because we know what that means, man. We know what that means.
That's right. This is everything the brothers pray for, man. The brothers is hoping this place comes to speedy destruction, and we have a speedy deliverance, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Every day we wake up, we have a chance to, if it's the Lord's will, to turn our life around, man. And this is what that is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Patience of the faith of the saints, man. We see these things brewing up. We got to continuously be patient and wait on the Lord, man. He go fulfill his word. And that's just what's coming to pass, man. His word is coming to pass. And everything else that he said will come to pass, man.
That's right.
You got to sit back and trust in it, man. You got to sit back and trust in it.
Be still and know that he is the Lord, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
None of his words are going to come back void. This is beautiful times to be in, but we also know, with that, there is going to be temptations. There are going to be trials. I mean, as what it looks like, this kingdom, this captivity is wrapping up, falling apart. You know what I mean? So you just gotta. It's not the time to get lax and none of that, man. We just gotta continue to pray, continue to fast, continue to Most High safeguard our spirits in these last days, man, because it's looking like it's crunch time, out here in the world, man. It's all praises to the Most High for it. And Lord willing, we are those spirits that he has sanctified, for himself since the beginning. You know what I mean? So all praise to the Most High, and shalom to the chat again, man.
I was just getting a couple shares in, man. Powerful words to y'all brothers, man. Encouraging, all of that, man. Appreciate it as always, man. My brothers, definitely more needed now, more than ever, man. We are closer and closer to seeing the coming of our Messiah, and Lord willing, man, we be worthy to be redeemed from this place, man. That's all I'm hoping and praying for, man. I just want peace, prosperity, and harmony, man, and to dwell amongst real love and unity, man. That's really it. Nothing else matters, man. I want to sup with the Lord, sup with his people, and that's it. Anything else, man, it don't even matter at this point. Nothing. Don't even matter.
That's right.
But without further ado, man, let me go ahead and put this up, man. Let's give all praise and honor and glory, man, regardless of what's going on, whatever we have going on, man. Yahawah is the reason for everything. We must serve him, man, in truth and sincerity. So first and foremost, let me say, call Lord Yahawah by HaMashaYACH Yahawah, and that's all praise to the Most High God, whose real name is Yahawah in the Paleo Hebrew. We do so in the name of his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, real name Yahawah HaMashaYACH. I'm your brother Ratazian Yahawah, and we are Yahawah's law keepers, aka YLK, until Judgment Day, here to prophesy the uplifting of the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who come from the various 12 tribes of Israel, and to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom and infrastructure, who the world may know as the United States of America. But according to the Holy Scriptures, this is the mother of harlots. It is Solomon, Egypt. It is Mystery Babylon, and this place is destined to be destroyed. So we come in and week out to give our warning, to sound the alarms, to blow the trumpet, and let our people know what time it is to get right with God while we have the opportunity to do so. The bells are ringing, signs are going off, and we have to continue to endure and serve the Lord with truth and sincerity to the best we can. And it's not a so-called black thing, but it's an Israelite thing. The children of Israel may look like any other nation under heaven, but they will be keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and having faith in the Lord written calls Jesus Christ, in name Yahawah. Who are my brothers as always. I'll let them introduce themselves. You're going to get right to it, man. All praise to the Most High.
God, man. Shalom again. You know what I mean, family. It's your brother Kanya. All praises to the Most High, man. Like we've been saying, man, we are living in some crazy times. You know what I mean? We watching prophecy unfold before our very eyes. Just make sure we on top of our game, man. And make sure that you're doing everything that you can for the Lord, not making excuses, and continuously and always cleansing your garment, and to pray the Most High cleanse your heart. Feel me? So all praise to the Most High, man. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying for the brothers and sisters in the chat. With that, I yield.
Come on, man. Shalom to everybody that's watching, everybody's in the comment board, man. It's on Facebook and on YouTube, man. It's your brother Shabia Yahawah from YOK Detroit, man. We back at it again, another live class later on in the week, man. Lord willing, everybody be having a blessed week, man. Staying in the spirit, understanding that this world has a timeline, man. Every day we wake up, we're getting closer and closer to that time of redemption. You feel what I'm saying? Lord willing to be in our generation. You feel what I'm saying? Lord willing, we be the ones that see the downfall of this kingdom of Shedom. You feel what I'm saying? And we keep the faith until the end, whether it be until the end of the time period of this place or to the end of our time on this earth, man. You feel what I'm saying? It's the only thing we can pray and hope for in these last days, man. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, man. We go dive right off into it. Pride being the root of evil.
God, man. You know what I mean? We do it here a while. Okay, before we go into these mighty lessons, man, through the spirit and power of Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua, we like to give a word of the day. You know what I mean? YLK word of the day. It's just a segment where we just bring out something to be meditating on in these last days. It's something to really, stir your minds and your spirit, man, before we go into these lessons, right? And seeing as the times, are what they are, I feel it's no better scripture than to bring this out, right? This is Matthew 13 and 17. It says, "For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them." Like, we got to really understand. Matter of fact, Salaki, let me get 16 too. It says, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear." Right? That's what we have to understand. We are blessed to see these things. Yes, we understand that there are going to be trials and temptations that come along with the end of this world. We understand that, but we are blessed to see the downfall of this oppressive captivity, the downfall of this wicked world and its systems, and the uprising of the righteous, the return of Yahawah, Lord willing, that we are that generation. We are blessed. The Most High you got to understand, the Most High has designated us, you know what I mean, if it be his will, since before the foundations of the earth. Like, this is not just a coincidence that we are here at these times, right? We've been going over this a lot at YOK. It's timing, right? Timing is a heavy thing, that's been on our spirits in these times, man. So just really understand where you are. Do not be afraid. I mean, if you're doing what you are supposed to for the Lord, then he got you. You know what I mean? Only you going to be able to tell or going to understand that, because, you know, nobody's around you 24/7, man. So all praises to the Most High, man. YOK word of the day. Good. Come on, man.
A lot. But yeah, man, like the brother said, man, it's just, I was thinking about that one night, man. It's been a minute, but I was thinking like, dang, like we really been woken up 2,000 years later from all of the things that's been going on, and Christ walking the earth is like you said, we've been woken up at a specific time for a specific reason. And it's just like,
let me know how I'm sounding, y'all, because I'm not. I usually be plugged in directly into my Wi-Fi, but I'm not at the moment.
Clear. Yep,
good.
So
far, so good. All praise to the Most High, man. So, like I said, the people in here, if you haven't already, man, show some love. Get these lights up, man. Let us know before we get started into this lesson. Lord willing, is edifying and straight to the point. And that, I mean, you learn something ultimately. That's what this all about. Learning and applying what you've learned. That proves who the wise is, right? So we already starting this little segment, which we going into, which is not technically something that you see like biblically, but these sins are all in the Bible and they're all forbidden, right? The 7 deadly sins. I know everybody has heard of this some way, sometime in their life, right? So the first one you want to start with, which is pretty much the mother or father of all the other ones, is pride. This is what it all stems from. Like I said, if you haven't already, show some love, get the lights up. But this is what we're going into. Pride leads to a plethora of other sins, just a whole bunch of wickedness, right? And so this is what we have to stay away from. God resists the proud. He does not deal with prideful people. And pretty much if this is what you're in, you're going to be led to other things, and it's going to lead to your destruction ultimately. So through the Spirit, that's what I want to start with, man. Let me get Proverbs 16 and 18, man. I'm going to set this boy ablaze, man. Let me get it going.
God. Let's get it going.
you know,
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, and verse 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall.
That's right. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So haughty, all these different things, that's the same spirit. And you're going to see that term haughty. I see that term haughty a lot. Let's go to really what it means to be haughty, because we see that when it comes to our women and a lot of different things, especially over here in this place.
That's right.
A haughty spirit, exalting yourself. This is you bigging yourself up. See, pride goes back to that. I'm thinking I'm more than what I am. Excellency, I'm this, I'm grand, I'm haughty, I'm lofty. You putting yourself on high, on a pedestal, right? You thinking you can exalt yourself, but we're gonna adjust this stuff later. I just wanted to see that. So just think about people are arrogant and these type of things, right? But they're always doing it in wickedness, mostly, because it's like if a person was really in righteousness, they wouldn't be trying to exalt themselves, because they understand that everything comes from the Most High. There's no reason to exalt anything, because the Most High, if that's who needs to be exalted, because whatever we have, whatever position we're in, whoever we are, whether it's good looking, whatever it may be, you didn't choose it. The Most High made it happen. So why the hell are you exalting yourself in anything? Right?
And then even on top of that, once you are exalted, you start to look down upon people. Think you're better than people else, and you are above people. This is how you carry your life. That's why it's a spirit behind that. Like you say, the haughty spirit before a fall.
A haughty spirit, like you said, that is a damn spirit, and all of this is going to be addressed, because I put some stuff together, man. So hopefully it don't take away nothing. Well, it really is so much we can go that it's not going to take away. I know who I'm dealing with. I know my brother's got some fire, but all these things is I'm going to lead all these things. It's just to show like pride, bro. Pride, like what it really is. Pride is something else. Pride is something else, right? So like we said, it goes before destruction. But also want to show you just another thing about it, like, because God, he hates evil. So, right. So people are like, well, go before destruction. Well, we're going to show you like pride is evil, and the Most High hates it. He hates these things. This is disgusting to him. Right. So let's go to Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13.
There's the book of Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. It Says the fear of Yahawah is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and their forward mouth do I hate.
Ooh, so bring that back one more time for me.
God. Says the fear of Yahawah is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and their forward mouth do I hate.
So he doubled down on it. And think about it. If you have the fear of the Lord, which means you're gonna reverence the Lord, you're gonna be afraid of what he can do to you, but you're also gonna do what he wants you to do. If you're in alignment with God, you're gonna hate this. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil. Then he expounded on what the evil was. Pride and arrogancy, which they're pretty much the same thing. You're arrogant and the evil way, the forward mouth. This is all prideful things, right? A prideful mouth, all these other things, but it goes back. It could be a look, it can be a tongue, anything, because it goes to a lot of different things. As we just said, haughty. That sounds like, you know, how a woman, I can picture just a woman when I picture that, like haughty, like mincing. The Bible speaks on all these different things. It's a look, it's a walk, it's a talk, it's all these different things, but it's evil. And if you fear the Lord, you will hate this, right? Because he said the meek or the humble should inherit the earth, right? And I'm going to emphasize this, and we're going to go into, we about to dig into this, right? And what this is and what it leads to, right? And how God looks at it and the different categories, because pride is like, it's a huge umbrella, and it covers a lot of different things, right? So let me get one more in Proverbs. Let me get Proverbs chapter 6, start at verse 16.
God. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 16. These 6 things doth Yahawah hate.
No, the Lord love it. What you about to read?
Doth Yahawah hate.
Okay, these 6 things that the Lord hate, right? And what's next?
Yeah. 7 are an abomination unto him.
7. Let's see what abomination real quick is before we even go. 7 are abomination to him. Let's see this.
God.
Abomination. So he already hates 6, and then 7 is the abomination. 8, 4, 4, 1 through the spirit. That's powerful.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
A disgusting thing, abomination, abominable in a ritual sense of everything, in the ethical sense of wickedness. A disgusting thing, abomination, abhorrence. He hates it. He hates the sight of something disgusting. He's disgusted by these things that he's about to mention. God is disgusted at it. Can you imagine that? God himself being disgusted at the sight of something? Let's see. What is it?
God. It says, a proud look.
First thing on the list. Pride or being proud. A proud look is the first thing he mentions. We can finish out. What else? You can go down to 19.
God. A lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, and heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren.
See, and all this stem from that first thing, a proud look. All these things, a prideful person will do all these things to get what they want, because they ultimately turned themselves away from God. They're exalting themselves. So if you're exalting yourself, what do you need a most high for? Hell, I've got to go. I am the God. That's me. It's me. So I'm going to lie. I'm going to steal. I'm going to kill. I'm going to do all the wicked things that my heart or mind imagines. And I'm going to have my way, because I'm exalt myself. I'm proud. And this is the look they have. It's something you can see, right? But we're going to see, we have to, let's continue to go, right? So I just want to start off with that, right? So it's a hateful thing. It's evil. God hates it and everything that comes with it, right? And we're going to see what starts this up. Where does this even, like, what's the stem of it? We're about to give you some, that's not symptoms, right? But we're going to give you a cause of it, right? Let's go to Sirach, right? Chapter 10, but can you get it in the GNT? Get this in the GNT for me, bro. It says it's so crazy in the GNT. We can start at verse 12.
GNT. There you go. Verse 12.
Yeah, start at verse 12.
There you go. Yep.
Bring it out.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 10 and verse 12 in the GNT. It says, pride has its beginning when a person abandons the Lord, his maker.
Oh my God. Now we got to start there. Pride has its beginning, its origin, its root, its cause when a person abandons the Lord, his maker, right? It literally says that. So it's like a person, even in another translation, I'd be like, you said, forget his God, right? Well, we're going to talk on that because a person forgets their God when they exalt themselves, instead of the Lord. You exalting yourself. The Most High is the one who should always be glorified, exalted, and put up, because without him, we are nothing. We have nothing. We don't have breath. We can create ourselves. The spirit, he can pull it back at any time. He can kill this flesh at any time. He can kill your spirit. He can make you not exist, right? So we're going to touch on that, but I want to harp on that first line, right? But let's keep going down. Let's keep reading on this, right?
God says pride is like a fountain pouring out sin. And whoever persists in it will be full of wickedness.
All right. It's self-explanatory.
It says that is why Yahawah brought terrible punishments on some people and completely destroyed them. It says Yahawah has overthrown kings and put humbler people in their place.
Oh my God. Yeah, he didn't overthrow the proud. That's what's going to happen always. The people that exalt themselves, we're going to see that, and put humbler people in their place. What else has he done?
Yahawah have pulled up nations by the roots and established humbler ones in their place.
Yeah, so his nations is by the roots, meaning they're utterly destroyed. They won't exist anymore. He's done did that. He didn't cast people off utterly. By the roots, that means nothing else is growing up after that. And establish humbler ones in their place, because the Most High loves a humble heart. Right? But let's keep going.
God, and it's even like when you think of weeds. If you don't pull the weeds out by the roots, they're going to keep coming back. Look how it says. He pulled them out by the roots, meaning they're not coming. It's over.
It's done.
Right. It's a done deal. But verse 16 says, Yahawah have overthrown empires and completely devastated their lands. He destroyed some so completely that they are not even remembered anymore.
That is ridiculous. See what I'm saying? And this is what pride leads to. Ultimately, like we said, that's why we start out. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, where you're not even remembered that you even existed anymore. And look at this, right? And we can finish it out with verse 18.
Tis the Creator never intended for human beings to be arrogant and violent.
Yeah, he never intended for human beings to be arrogant and or violent. This is all things. This is stuff that they picked up on their own. And obviously, it's his spirit. He's in control of everything, right? But it's like that's not his intention. But some people had to be examples for the righteous people to learn from and know who not to be like. That's why I say everybody's a teacher. I just said this. I say this all the time. When I just got off the phone with one of my homies, I just said that. And like everybody's a teacher. Some people teach you the way that you should follow, like Yahawah. He's that perfect example of the way you should walk. And some people, when you look at the way they live, they teach you or show you an example of what you don't want to be like. And that's what the wicked is for the righteous. Like, oh no, I'm so happy I'm not anything like these people, right? Because these people, prideful people, they would really fall under fools or being foolish. They could fall under that umbrella. All these things can fall under that, self-exalting yourself, arrogant, but also it can get to the point where you just become a straight damn fool, right? But we're going to go back to the Bible. I want to go a couple other things, man. I know I do got some nice little points, right? So I just want to go on. We continue to go on this, right? The foolishness and what comes with the pride. Like we just was talking about the other day, the fate of a sinner. Well, pretty much this could be part 2. This is the fate of a damn proud person, the fate of pride. This is what's coming, right? Let's get Romans chapter 1. It started verse 28, and I can need it in the NLT, Baba Kushai.
28 NLT.
Bring it out.
Just the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 28 in the NLT says, since they thought it foolish to acknowledge God.
They thought it what?
They thought it foolish to acknowledge God.
They thought it's a foolish thing to acknowledge God, right? That's what you exalting yourself. You ain't acknowledging God anymore. Forgetting God, like it said in verse 12 of Ecclesiasticus or Sarat. Forget your God. Walk away from all this other stuff. This is the same thing. That's a foolish thing to do. You think it's a foolish. So look what he does, right?
He abandoned them to their foolish thinking and let them do things that should never be done.
He just showed you, right, that he's in control of all this. He allowed them to do it, right? Look at this, though. Look, it gets deep.
Their lives became full of every kind of wickedness, sin, greed, hate, envy, murder, quarreling, deception, malicious behavior, and gossip.
Oof.
Mm.
Look at all
They
them
are-
sins, though. And even some of them are fall under the 7 deadly sins. Hate and envy for sure. Greed,
Yeah.
envy, all these different things, quarreling. It all goes back to really the same type of stuff. But just look at this, the foolishness of being a proud person and not acknowledging God. That's what a proud person will do. And it's foolish. You are a damn fool to think that you don't have to acknowledge the Creator. So He's going to give you over to it, right? But let's keep going. What else are they?
There are backstabbers, haters of God, insolent, proud, and boastful. They invent new ways of sinning, and they disobey their parents.
Oh my God. How are you so evil that you invent new ways of sinning? That is something right there, right? And you can get verse 31, 31 through 32, and I'm gonna have you get something else in here because I want to go to boastful.
God.
They're proud and boastful.
Says, they refuse to understand, break their promises, are heartless, and have no mercy. They know God's justice requires that those who do these things deserve to die.
Oh my God, it's a known thing. Everything that you're doing, you deserve the death that's coming to you, right? But what?
Yet they do them anyway.
That's pride. That's exactly what pride is. When you know somebody will beat the hell out of you or kill you, but you still gonna talk slick to them like it can't be done. That's pride. Keep going.
Worse yet, they encourage others to do them too.
See, and that's a damn fool, right? So now they're trying to lead other people astray as well. This is all the acts of being a fool, right? But I want you to go here to boastful. Even though it's the NLT, it still should pop up in the KJV for like a boasting or boastful. Look up boastful. Yeah.
Yeah, boastful. Yeah.
And then go back to empty pretender, a boaster, braggart, boaster. This is a person, this is with their mouth. So think about that. Now we just seen a proud look. We didn't heard, proud ways, but even with your tongue and the things that you say, you can boast about yourself, exalt yourself, or you can just say some bullshit in your mind or anything like that. This still all goes back to pride. And a lot of times with this pride, like I said, it covers a umbrella of things. Like I said, a person can be sinful, foolish, greedy, lustful, all this, but ultimately you are a damn fool because think about this, a boaster, an empty pretender, you're just saying stuff, talking out your ass, excuse my language, right? And it's just throw this in there because look at something like this. Only a prideful demon, a foolish person would say something like this. Psalms 14:1.
Bring it out.
No, you want to keep this in NLT?
You can keep it there. It's cool.
Yeah. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 14 and verse 1 in the NLT. It says, for the choir director, a psalm of David. Only fools say in their hearts, there is no God. They are corrupt and their actions are evil. Not one of them does good.
Yeah, only a fool in their heart will say something like that. So much pride. That's so much pride to say there is no God, but then they don't have an answer for how they exist, how everything is. But you have the nerve to even just discredit our damn creator in that type of way. This is really nuts to me, but this is what foolish people do. And it goes hand in hand with foolish and prideful, all these different things, right? So I want you to get this, I'm going to get Proverbs 14, right? But I'm going to have you stepping out, getting a couple things because it's certain points that I have to address and show other things and then go back to it. So you can get Proverbs chapter 14. That's through the Spirit because we on song. But I need KJV first, and then I'm gonna have you pull this one verse in NLT just to show this, right? So Proverbs 14, and I want you to just get verse 3 real quick.
God. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 3. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride. But the lips of the wise shall preserve them. So
it said a little crazy. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride. You see, it said a little weird, right? So it's like a person might not be able to really understand it. So I want you to get that in the NLT and see what it's saying. How it ties in all together. Just that one alone.
This is Proverbs 14 and verse 3 in the NLT. It says, a fool's proud talk because becomes a rod that beats them.
You see what I'm saying? That's the pride. Like I said, you talking to a person that you know that can do this, or like you speaking yourself into things. You're pretending, because it's like you talking this big talk, but you really know the results that's about to happen to you. But yet they doing it anyway.
Yep.
A fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him. But what would a wise person do?
But the words of the wise keep them safe.
Exactly. That's exactly what happens, right? Now we go back to the KJV. I'm gonna get a couple other little points, right? But keeping in Proverbs, go down to verse 7.
Verse 7 says, "Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge."
Oh my God. It said, "Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest." There is no knowledge on the lips of any foolish or prideful person. It really goes back to like a fool being a damn stupid person, but / arrogant, which we understand that arrogance goes back to pride. Look up foolish in that one, a foolish man in that verse.
Yeah.
These things are, that's why I said this pride, it's a hell of an umbrella. It's a hell of an umbrella, man, for real. Look at this.
Oh my God.
Fool, stupid fellow, dullard, simpleton, but then you still arrogant, all in the same thing. How is that? You see what I'm saying? What is going on? What is going on? You're a fool, stupid fellow, dullard, simpleton, and still an arrogant one. A prideful one still. You see how like a prideful person still goes into being a fool almost.
Yeah.
A simpleton. You're stupid.
Ooh.
You're stupid.
Ooh.
Right?
Hey, you say it right
You're
there.
stupid. All right.
Yeah,
So I want you to now before we even go to this other one, because I still got other points in Proverbs 14. I want you to pull Proverbs 1 and 22 real quick. Proverbs 1 and 22 real quick.
Yeah. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22.
Sorry, my go ahead.
"How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge."
Hold on, one more time. Bring that back for me. One more time, Baba Kushai.
God says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge."
Exactly. So just like even in that Proverbs 14 and 7, it said, "Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest that not in the lips of his," like there's no knowledge in his lips, right? So even right here, simple ones loving simplicity, fools hate knowledge, all these different things. Go to simple ones. Let's see what pops up for simple ones. That's why I'm going here, right? They called him a simpleton, stupid, all this other stuff already.
Simple ones. Says,
What does it say?
simplicity, naivety, simple, foolish, open-minded, seducible, foolish, simple. Damn.
Silly.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had to move around a little bit. Simple, foolish, you steal that, it still goes up. So not only does pride lead to, you know what I mean, you pride us under that umbrella of arrogant, proud, self-exalting. You are a simpleton, you are foolish, you are stupid, you're silly, and still arrogant. All of this tied up in one, right? And I'm going to show you another thing, even about the simple ones, right? Because this shows that they are without the knowledge of God. They are without God himself in general. And that's what makes you simple. That's what makes you prideful. That's what makes you foolish. That's what makes you stupid. Let's go to Psalms chapter 19 and 7. And then I'm going to still have you go back to Proverbs, right? It's tying all this together. This is crazy, bro. Look at this.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 7. It says, "The law of Yahawah is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahawah is sure, making wise the simple."
Right, making wise the simple. That word simple there is still going to be the same thing. That would be stupid and all this other stuff. You would be foolish, but you see how when you go to the law of the Lord, which is the only thing that he really gave us himself from the Most High, and when we go and follow his ways and his words, that it makes you perfect. It converts your soul from being that prideful, stupid, sottish, foolish demon, and it makes you wise. You go from being simple to wise when you follow his ways, right?
That's right.
But they reject knowledge because God is all knowledge. He is all knowing. So think about that. If they hate knowledge, they're going to hate God because that's what he is. He is all knowledge. He is all of it, right? So now let's go back to that Proverbs 14. Because even things like it just show you more things with a fool and all this other stuff to go back to it, right? And give me verse 9. Look at this.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 9. Fools make a mock at sin, but among the righteous there is favor.
Yeah, fools make a mock of sin, but among the righteous is favor, right? Let's go to what fools is in this verse, right?
Dang.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
Says, be foolish of one who despises wisdom, of one who mocks when guilty, of one who is quarrelsome, one who is licentious, says, silly, foolish man.
So wait, what does it go back? One more thing to one who despises wisdom, which is wisdom is the applying of your knowledge. One who mocks when guilty is quarrelsome. Didn't it say all these things about quarreling and all this other stuff what the prideful lead to and all these type of people that he gave them over to? You see how these things all tie into each other? This thing, I mean, it gets real serious, right? But like I said, they despise wisdom. They're mocked when guilty. So now it's just other things that's falling under them, right? Now you're a mocker, you're a scoffer, you're all these different things because in order for a person to really be a scoffer, especially to the word of God, they have to know that the word of God is what it is, but they have to come against it anyway, right? It's the spirit. It's the spirit that's on them. They know what it is, right? It's like he said, they know what comes with being prideful, right? But they do it anyway. It's deep. It's real deep, right? I want to go to this next verse, right? Let me get Matthew chapter 23 and verse 12 in the NLT. Because now we about to get back to this with this boasting, this bigging up and all this and tying this in, because that is an extreme level of the pride, and it leads to a whole lot of different things, including once you exalt yourself, as we read, that's forgetting your God. You are willing to be thinking like, is you that's done everything? I don't need God. I made this happen, and we're gonna prove this, right? But let's get this verse.
God, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 23 and verse 12. Whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased. He that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
Right? No, I need that in NLT though. I'll just say it better a little bit.
Verse 12 in the NLT again.
Bring it out.
Says, but those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted.
Right. So we just seen that words going back to exalted, being lifted up, all this other stuff. You're boasting about yourself, that boastfulness, all this other stuff. But this is the words of Christ. The word, Yahawah, the word enemy calls Jesus. He said, those that exalt themselves will be humbled, and they'll be more than humbled. A lot of these people that's walking in pride, they're going to be destroyed. But it said those that humble themselves, they're going to be exalted by the Most High in the right time, right? But we're going to go, right? So I want to touch on that about forgetting your Lord and doing all this other stuff, because people think when it's lifting yourself up, you exalting yourself, bro, is never really a good thing, because God told us what this stuff is and just the terribleness of doing this type of thing. He told us this in the law, right? So I want you to go to Deuteronomy chapter 8. Get this in the KJV, Baba Kushah, and start going on to verse 11.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 11. It says, beware that thou forget not Yahawah thy power.
Right here. So even that first line, right? It's at the beginning of pride in the book of Sirach is when one forgets his God, pretty much. You forget. So this is the commandment. You were commanded not to be prideful and not to forget your God, right? Look at this. Look at he telling us now. Let's keep going. Let's get it. Bring it back, and then let's keep going. I just want to emphasize that.
God says, beware that thou forget not Yahawah thy power, in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied.
Hold on. So now you eating good. Everything you got to be multiplied. You got your money, your cars, your flock, whatever it is, you're turning into this time, right? So all of that, less when all this happened, but more, it's going to say more. Keep going.
God. It says, then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget Yahawah thy power, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the
So
house
your
of
heart
bondage.
or your mind is being lifted up when all these things happen, right? So what happens when your mind or your heart be lifted up after he did these? But let's show more of the Most High's works. How are you being lifted up? Because look what the Most High did.
It says, who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought,
Yep.
where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint.
Yeah, so he brought you through the fiery serpents and scorpions, drought, everything right there. There's more of his works. So what else he did?
Who fed thee in the wilderness with manna.
With manna.
Manna is kind.
Yeah.
It says, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do thee good at thy latter end.
Yeah, so he did all these wonderful things for you to just turn around once you got everything you need and say what? What's the next verse?
And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand have gotten me this wealth.
Oh, this nigga completely forgot once his stomach is full and he got everything. That is pride. It said, beware that you don't do this thing. Now you thinking that you done did everything yourself, right? Keep going. We go down to verse 19.
Says, but thou shalt remember Yahawah thy power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
No, you got to know your own, knock.
Says, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
No, brother, exalt yourself.
Says, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
Okay.
That he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
Okay.
And it shall be, if thou do at all forget Yahawah thy power, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Oh my God, goes right back to you see that pride go before destruction. Because that's literally what happened. You got proud and thought that you did some shit on your own because the Most High glorified your life and gave you wealth and gave you everything that the desires of your heart. And you still had the nerve to turn away from him and think that you did it on your own. Go back up a couple of verses. So I want you to go to lift it up. With your mind and heart be lifted up. After you've seen all these miracles, you've seen it. And you still, this is ridiculous, bro. What type of, you have to be a madman. H7311. Look at this. What does it say? When we read before, what did Yahawah say? But those who exalt themselves should be humble. What is it? What does he say? What does it say he's doing? Lifting up. What is it doing, Kaya?
It says to rise up, be high, be lofty, be exalted. It says to be high, be set on high, to be raised, be uplifted, be exalted. Yeah. Keep going. It says to exalt oneself, magnify oneself.
Yeah, this is what you're doing. You ain't magnifying God no more. You lifted yourself up in your mind. This is what you do. Now you get the smelling yourself. Oh, I am rich now. I am the king. I am full. I got all this money and gold. I did this. Me. Therefore, brick by brick. And I'll be damned. You know what I mean? God. This is crazy, but this is what they are, bro. This is what it is. And look, you see that word? What did it say, Kaya? What did it go back to again? Look at this.
It says,
haughty. Oh my God. Oh my
haughty.
God.
It says haughty. And then another one, proud.
Proud. Oh my goodness. Exalting yourself goes back to pride because we do nothing of our own accord, man. This is all the will of the Lord. He gives and he takes away. He make rich and he make poor. The sooner you figure that out, the sooner you will be happy and can have these things and hold them because he can give you them. But then, like you said, beware because motherfuckers, excuse my language, people will get to thinking that they did it once they get there. And that's still pride. And that means you was really never with him in the first place. Is you got what you needed and you thought that you were set. And now the Most High gonna have to knock you out, right? Because with all pride, like he said, you do these things. Now go back, finish that last verse, and we're gonna go to the next point. Because anytime it comes about, he said, you have to be. You shall surely perish. You lift yourself up, you exalt yourself. You get that, what was it, 19? Yeah, you get that.
God, verse 19 says, and it shall be, if thou do at all forget Yahawah thy power, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
No, it ain't no might perish. Maybe if you shall surely perish.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Because that's what happens with pride. It has to happen. It has to happen, right? It is what it is. Those that boast themselves up in pride, they can't stand before the Lord. They're not going to make it, right? Let's get this Isaiah chapter 2. All right. Start at verse 11. I need it in an NLT. I got a few more after this. I do got a couple more little things.
God.
NLT, start at verse 11. Baba Kushah.
This is the book of Isaiah.
Verse 11.
You said verse 11.
Start at verse 11.
Yeah. This is book of Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 11 in the NLT. Human pride will be brought down.
No, it's going to be exalted.
Will be brought down.
Okay.
And human arrogance will be humbled. Only Yahawah will be exalted on that day of judgment.
Ooh, that speaks for itself. So if you ain't trying to exalt the Lord now, he about to exalt himself. Everybody else is trying to exalt themselves, about to get their ass pressed. Right? But let's keep going. We're going to read down to verse 17, Baba Kushah.
God. Says, for Yahawah, for the Lord of heaven's armies has a day of reckoning. He will punish the proud and the mighty and bring down everything that is exalted.
Oh my God. He about to do it. I mean, it's like proud twice. He about to do what, Kaya?
He says he will punish the proud and the mighty and bring down everything that is exalted.
Yeah, because the Lord is about to be the only one exalted on that day. Everybody. He's looking for the humble so he can raise them up and exalt them when he wants to. But everybody else is out here exalting themselves in pride and foolishness and simpleton things. This is what you're doing, because if you're not following the Lord, what the heck? You have nothing to brag about, to boast about, to be proud about, or anything.
Yeah.
Right? But let's keep going.
It says he will cut down the tall cedars of Lebanon and all the mighty oaks of Bashan. He will level all the high mountains and all the lofty hills. He will break down every high tower and every fortified wall.
Everything you think you are, if you up high, your places, your people, because we understand that the Most High look at people as trees. He look at governments as mountains, and smaller ones as hills, and people that's up high tower. All these things are symbolic of the people that's propped themselves up, the proud, the heathen, Esau, all these different people. Look what he's doing. And people that's putting themselves up there on that pedestal, right? Your ass is going to get cut down. Let you humble yourself under the Lord and submit to his law, statutes, and commandments. Then you will show yourself wise, right? But let's keep going.
So he will destroy all the great trading ships and every magnificent vessel. Human pride will be humbled, and human arrogance will be brought down. Only Yahawah will be exalted on that day of judgment.
Again, doubling down. What else?
Idols will completely disappear. When Yahawah rises to shake the earth, his enemies will crawl into holes in the ground. They will hide in caves in the rocks from the terror of Yahawah and the glory of his majesty.
See, are you gonna humble yourself? Then you're gonna humble yourself so much that you're gonna run to a damn hole in the ground at that point. But you was just building skyscrapers and trying to build up, be like the Tower of Babel, Leaning Tower of Pisa, Eiffel Tower, all these. Y'all want to go up to the sky and all this other stuff and exalt yourself and put your names up there and put your name on everything else. Think about that, what pride is. The Most High created this whole earth, but niggas is naming streets and states after their own stuff, and everything you got. My name is on this car. Mercedes-Benz is somebody's name. Chevrolet is somebody's name. You know, all these different things. Y'all wear Christian Dior, Balenciaga, Gucci, Versace. Those are all somebody's name that y'all are valuing and propping up and selling, you know what I mean, going broke for to wear, you know, somebody else's name. It's crazy. All right. And even look at this, your money. These are different idols. People, your money is an idol. But what's going to happen on that day of judgment?
God says on that day of judgment, they will abandon the gold and silver idols they made for themselves to worship, They will leave their gods to the rodents and bats.
Yeah, nothing that you have, your idols, your money, whatever you have right now is not going to help you on that day of the Lord when he gets to humbling everybody and exalting himself. Because that's all that's about to happen. The Most High about to let you know he's the only thing, he's everything, and he's the only thing. And if you don't know now, man, that's a sad day to have to learn it that way, because you have to be through, you know. But that's people that boast, the proud people boast themselves. But the Most High said that these people, these type of people, which are boastful or foolish people, they can't even stand in his sight. And we brought this out with the fate of a sinner. But look at this. I want to bring it back again, too, real quick. Let's get Psalms 5:5, KJV.
All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 5 and verse 5. It says, the foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
Oh, my God. The foolish shall not even stand in his sight. These bold, boastful people, people that's exalting themselves, thinking they can do everything on their own and their own power, trusting in oneself, exalting yourself instead of the Lord. You are a damn fool. You can't stand in the sight of the Lord. He hates all workers of iniquity. He hates sinners and people that do this, the proud, the foolish. He said you can't even stand in his sight, right? And I wanted to emphasize that, right? But like, that's why I was happy to show that boasting and all these other type of things, and speaking of your own power, you will tend to do other things. Like you will lie, you will steal, you will murder, you will cheat. And even people that are put in positions of power, like everybody can get crazy. Like, and that's why even in that Deuteronomy, I want to show that in the law, because it's like he says you can get blessings, but then you start to forget your God and the reason why you are who you are, why you are a king, why you are a prophet, why you are these things, because it came from the Lord. Prophets ain't prophets without getting a message from the Lord. If you try to give a damn prophecy without a message from the Lord, you are a damn false prophet. What do you mean? You know what I mean? And it comes from pride. And I want to show this, right? The Most High spoke on these type of things, boasting in their own power, all this other, these type of things. The Most High even showed this. We have examples of prophets doing this on their own, and the Most High had to get with them, right? Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 13. I got like 2 more points after this, and I'm a yield, right? Let's go. But I need this in the NLT, right? From the top. Bring this from the top in the NLT. Watch this.
His message came to me from Yahawah. Son of man, prophesy against the false prophets of Israel who are inventing their own prophecies.
What are they doing?
Inventing their own prophecies.
Oh my God.
Say to them, listen to the word of Yahawah. This is what the sovereign Lord says. What sorrow awaits the false prophets who are following their own imaginations and have seen nothing at all.
Oh my God, they follow their own imaginations and see nothing at all. That is pride. That's what this is. Now they want to, now let's do something else. And the Most High is giving them a warning now. He ain't getting the real prophecy, right? Keep going.
Says, O people of Israel, these prophets of yours are like jackals digging in the ruins. They have done nothing to repair the breaks in the walls around the nation. They have not helped it to stand firm in the battle or in battle on the day of Yahawah. Instead, they have told lies and made false predictions.
Yeah.
They say this message is from Yahawah, even though Yahawah never sent them, and yet they expect him to fulfill their prophecies.
Bro, you can't tell me that's not pride in itself, bro. That alone, that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy word.
That is ridiculous. They coming up with stuff, making false predictions on their own, which is puffing themselves up. I have a message and I'm going to deliver it. And then you know that he's not going to do it like he said. Like they do prideful stuff and then they know what results come of it. But then how are you still going to expect him to fulfill it? He didn't send it to you? Yeah, madness, right? Let's keep going. We're going to go down to about verse 9.
God. Verse 7. Can your visions be anything but false if you claim this message is from Yahawah when I have not even spoken to you? Damn. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Because what you say is false and your visions are a lie, I will stand against you, says the sovereign Lord.
Just like I said, no workers of iniquity, they cannot stand in the sight of the Lord. He about to stand against you. You can't stand up against it. You know what I mean? You can't even stand in his sight. You can finish with verse 9.
I will raise my fist against all the prophets who see false visions and make lying predictions and they will be banished from the community of Israel. I will blot their names from Israel's record book, and they will never again set foot in their own land. Then you will know that I am Yahawah.
See what I'm saying? And what type of pride is that to even think that you can come up with your own predictions when the Most High put you in a position to be a prophet, and you ain't gonna wait on him? You gonna come with your own stuff and expect for him to meet you and match what you said. That is like the most prideful thing I probably ever heard. Like, I'm about to give these predictions and I'm expecting the Lord to bring them to pass. Anyway, like, that's nuts to me, bro. But this is all going back to this type of boastful thing. They're boasting in themselves, they're boasting in their predictions, which is a foolish and prideful thing to do, right? I got 2 more points, man. Let's go to James chapter 4. You keep it in the NLT as well. Give me verse 13 through 17.
Right. It's the book of James, chapter 4, and verse 13, the NLT. Look here, you who say, today or tomorrow we're going to a certain town and will stay there a year. We will do business there and make a profit. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is like the morning fog. It's here a little while, then it's gone. What you ought to say is, if Yahawah wants us to, we will live and do this or that. Otherwise, you are boasting about your own plans, and all such boasting is evil.
Right.
Remember, it is sin to know what you ought to do and then not do it.
Right. So let's go to what boasting is. Otherwise, you are boasting about your own plans. That's what those prophets was doing. They was boasting about their own prophecies, giving stuff saying it came from God and he didn't send them nothing. Look at that. Arrogance, boasting. Look at all these different things. Let's see what boasting is real quick.
Bring it out.
The act of glorifying, boasting. Implication in the good or bad sense. Boasting, whereof I may glory, or glory, glorifying, rejoicing.
Yeah, all these things. Like I said, it's in a good or bad thing, but you're glorifying yourself. You exalting yourself. You boasting about this thing. Your own plans. I'm going to glorify my plans. We're supposed to be glorifying the Lord. Shit, I'm going to do this. You know what I mean? He said your boasting is about your own plans, your pretentious plans. Such boasting is evil. You know what I mean? This is what it is. And this goes back to pride. We already seen this. This is a thing. Like I said, we're supposed to have pride in the Lord. If anything, not in ourselves, not glorify ourselves, not exalt ourselves, man. We exalt Yahawah Hamashayach above all. All right. And I'm going to end with this last one, 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 through 17, man. Because we have to come out of this world, because that's really what this world offers, man. We have to seek the Lord while he may be found. And, you know, all these things to show how it ties in. Even like this said, this is still with pride. This is still that. But look what it says in the midst of this, right? It's mentioning other things. It's mentioning one of the other 7 deadly sins, right? So get it, verse 15.
God, this is the book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever.
See, that's the only way you ever gonna abide forever, right? Now look at that real quick. What the pride of life is. It's a pride of life. It said yourself the lust of the flesh, right? And that's how you see how these 7 deadly sins, they all tap in. That's all that the lust of the flesh is, but the pride of life. What they go back to again, we seen this word already, but look at that. That boasting, that braggart talk, empty braggart talk, and insolent or empty assurance, like the false prophecies that them prophets had, which trust in its own power and resources, it shamefully despises and violates divine laws and human rights. That example that we had before that is exactly what the hell those false prophets did in Ezekiel chapter 13. This is exactly what they did. And empty assurance, they telling people prophecies that the Most High didn't send. They are literally violating divine laws. And empty and impious and empty presumption was trust in the stability of earthly things, pride, boasting, look, self-confidence. They had confidence in their own prophecies and expect the Lord to meet them because they said it.
not because he said it. You see how the self-exaltation and all this other stuff works, and what it is, and how detrimental it is to you as a man, as a so-called human being. So we must not deal with pride, man, because it leads to a whole bunch of other sins. Like I said, a fountain of sins. You will lie, you will steal, you will prophesy deceits, you will murder, you do all type of stuff, brag, and pretty much it's going to lead to your own destruction, man. So with that, I yield, man. Call lawyer Yahawah HAMASHAYACH. I hope it was edifying and straight to the point. Shalom.
Man. I ain't had too much. If you want to go, you can go first, though. I don't mind.
All praise to the Most High. My segment gonna be pretty well, man. Man, that brother was going through some some great points. You know what I mean? Lord willing, brothers and sisters are taking notes. You know what I mean? Write these down, man. The spirit of pride, why we should avoid it, and why, you know what I mean, we should be humble. You know what I mean? That last segment was very powerful, man. Nothing, we don't have control over nothing. It's the Most High. You know what I mean? So if he decides something and we can't say, oh, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do this tomorrow or the next day or this next second, we don't know what it is. It's Lord willing all the time, man. So
that's
right. Constantly remind yourself. So all praise to the Most High, man. But I was reading through this story and I wanted to read this out, man, because it was just crazy, like how it was playing out. So we're gonna read a little bit, like the first two verses, then we're gonna jump down a little bit, right? Just showing just how the Most High can reward your pride, right? You can bring this out. This Daniel 5.
Just the book of Daniel, chapter 5 from the top. Belshazzar the king made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, whilst he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives and his concubines might drink therein.
Now watch. Now Belshazzar is the son of Nebuchadnezzar. He's throwing this feast, right? And now in the middle of the feast, and sometime during the feast, he decides to tell them to bring out these golden and silver vessels that he took out of the temple in Jerusalem. Now let's see what these were. Verse 3.
Verse 3. They brought out, it's like, then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem. And the king and his princes, his wives and his concubines drank in them. Wow.
Look at the pride of these heathen, right? Now they have us in subjection, and not only that, they're making a mockery of us. They're using our holy vessels that are in the temple of God as to drink, to have a feast, right? We're gonna jump down. Now watch this. Like already there's an issue with this, but let's you can start at 13. Let's read down a little bit.
Verse 13. Then was Daniel brought in before the king, and the king spake and said unto Daniel, Art thou that Daniel, which art of the children of the captivity of Judah, whom the king my father brought out of Jewry? I have even heard of thee, that the spirit of the gods is in thee, and that light and understanding and excellent wisdom is found in thee. And now the wise men, the astrologers, have been brought in before me, that they should read this writing and make known unto me the interpretation thereof, but they cannot show the interpretation of the thing. And I have heard of thee, that thou canst make interpretations and dissolve doubts. Now, if thou canst read the writing and make known to me the interpretation thereof, thou shalt be clothed with scarlet and have a chain of gold about thy neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom.
Now this is pretty plain upon tables. He's trying to get an interpretation of this writing that was written on the wall. So during the feast, I'm just summing it up. Someone took some of the candle wax and writ on the wall, and he was trying to get somebody to explain this interpretation to him, but none of the wise men in their kingdom could. So his wife was like, "Oh, we have somebody," and she went and got Daniel. Right now, watch this. And now this is the reward that he's trying to give. He's trying to clothe them with scarlet, chain of gold, and he's promising that they're going to be the third ruler of the kingdom. Right? Keep going.
Verse 17. Then Daniel answered and said before the king, Let thy gifts be to thyself, and give thy rewards to another. Yet I will read the writing unto the king and make known unto him the interpretation. O thou king, the most high God gave Nebuchadnezzar thy father a kingdom and majesty and glory and honor. And for the majesty that he gave him, all people, nations, and languages trembled and feared before him, whom he would whom he slew, and whom he would keep alive, and whom he would set up, and whom he would put down.
Right. So Nebuchadnezzar has great authority. God gave him great authority on the earth, right? Now watch this, but watch where Nebuchadnezzar went wrong.
Verse 20. But when his heart was filled up and his mind hardened in pride, he was disposed from his kingly throne, and they took his glory from him. Damn.
Look at this. Look at what the Most High did. Like, his heart got lifted up. Like we read in Deuteronomy. When you have all these things, don't do it. Right? Not saying that the heathen are confined to these things, but look at the principles. If the Most High gives you something, that don't mean you go and puff yourself up and believe, oh, I did this in my own power. It's me.
So like, you know, like in a sense though, you got to think when we was reading, he said he just took down kings and put humbler ones in his place. So they might not be confined to our law, statutes, commandments. It wasn't given to them, but they're confined to be a certain way because, you know what I mean, he put Nebuchadnezzar even in his place still.
Yep.
I mean, that's
right.
crazy.
That's right. It says, and look at this, man. His mind was hardened in pride. This man started getting puffed up, exalted, getting haughty, right? He was disposed from his kingly throne, right? Keep going. Watch what happened to Nebuchadnezzar.
He was driven from the sons of men, and his heart was made like the beast. His dwelling was like the wild asses. They fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with dew of heaven, till he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointed over it whomsoever he will. Dang.
Look at this. Nebuchadnezzar down there got turned into a cave beast, an animal. He's out there with the animals of the field, eating like how they are, sleeping outside. Till he was humbled, till he understood this is the Most High. He does what he wants. It's not about me, right? Now watch. It's so crazy that you was bringing it up, how it ties into a fool. Watch Belshazzar, his son. Watch how he proves that he's a fool, and watch what happens to him.
Bring it up.
Verse 22. And thou, his son, Belshazzar, has not humbled thine heart, though thou knewest all this.
Look, even though he knew all of this, he's seen it. He still was pride. He still was full of pride, right? Look now, Most High. Look what he did to Nebuchadnezzar. He made this man like a damn animal, right? He made it for real. You gotta imagine your king. You gotta imagine your king, man.
Oh my God,
the king who's been ruling with an iron fist. He keep killing people, keeping them alive, appointing them here and there. He the man, right? The Most High set him up in that position. And now you see him out there, you look outside of your field and by your oxen and shit, you see this nigga eating grass.
Oh, yeah. He probably on all fours eating hay.
Like, what's going on, right?
I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy, bro. Like, I'm flabbergasted.
They probably had like the little bucket with the feed in it around his neck or some shit.
Yeah, what they gonna tell him? They probably out here like, sir, can you come on? You know, get the head nigga sit there chewing like a cow or something, like crazy.
Dude, he can't even talk no more. Like, this nigga is completely changed, man. Like, the Most High is terrifying of how he can do you, right? But Belshazzar, he sees this and he's still not humble. He's still full of pride, right? So I'm gonna jump down, right? And let's read what happened to Belshazzar that night. Let's read what happened to him that night, right? Verse 30.
Verse 30. And that night was Belshazzar, the king of the Chaldeans, slain.
He died. He died. The Most High killed him. This is the reward of pride, right? This is the reward. This is what comes when you're proud and puffed up and thinking you the man. It's the Most High that is the man, man. Like, you got to understand, he appoints you to these positions, so it's no reason for you to feel like you anything, right? We understand we are but dust in the sight of the Lord. You know what I mean? And it's through his grace and through his mercy that we have been put in this position, that we have been graced with wisdom. Right. So understand that, always understand that it's pride doesn't get you anything but destruction. Right. So boom.
Right.
I want to get this right here. Right. So I got a couple points I want to get into. Then it was so crazy because I was reading and it just opened up to me. Right. So I'm gonna get these couple points, then I'm gonna jump over to it. Right. So let's get this Proverbs. I want to get 13 and 10 real quick. All right. Proverbs 13 and 10. Right, you can bring this out.
God, it's the book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention, but with the well advised is wisdom.
Right, and a lot of times when you really sit and think about it, the contentions, the strife of men, it comes from pride, it comes from ego. Right, you any situation that you get into, it's or altercation, when you really look at it, it's a question of pride. Can somebody walk away? Can somebody be the bigger person? Like, it's not that deep. But to the people in the world, that's everything. That is everything to them. They don't have the perception or understanding to walk away, to be the bigger person, to understand that the Most High is going to deal with them. Because even then, you got to really understand, if you think that what you're about to do to this person is worse than what the Most High can do to them, you are prideful and you're a fool, to be honest with you, right? But it says only by pride cometh the contention, because it's a question of somebody's pride. Can they let it go? Can you walk away? Do you have the wisdom to do so? Right? But boom, I want to grab one more, and then I'm gonna jump over, right? Because this was crazy. This is Malachi 4. I was reading it. This is fire too. You can bring this out.
God, just the book of Malachi, chapter 4 from the top. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
All right, we see the same verbiage again, right? He's going to destroy there are going to be no roots. There's going to be nothing left. But look what it says. It says the day of the Lord. This is the day of the Lord, right? It says, for that day cometh, it shall burn as an oven, right? And all the proud, everybody here that's full of pride, they got that American pride, and you think you can't be torn down? Because look at what the orange man in the office is doing right now. They are puffed up. They ready for whatever it is that they want to do and saying nobody can stop us. That is pride. But it's going to come a time when the Most High is about to humble them greatly, and he's going to humble them so severely that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Right? Understand, it does not take. It is not beneficial to you at all to have pride. Right? I'm about to jump over to this apocrypha, man. So all praises to the Most High. Let me get this. And then it was just crazy when I was reading this, man. It's fire, right? So let me get this point right here, and then we're gonna jump into it. We start at verse 28. Yeah. Start at this. This is Sirach 27 and 28.
Just the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 28. Mockery and reproach are from the proud, but vengeance is as a lion shall lie in wait for them.
Look at this. Mockery and reproach are from the proud. When we out there, we teaching our people to repent, come back to their God, understand who you are, understand who your enemies are, cleanse your ways. You know what I mean? As the Most High has blessed and graced us with that privilege, and you come mocking and scoffing us, you understand it comes from that place of pride. But look what the Most High says is in wait for these people. It says, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. Like that lion that's crouching down behind the grass when the gazelles and everything is walking by and it's picking out its target. And once it finally leap out and it grab hold of it, it's over. This is how the Most High is having storing these people for destruction. So that pride people are walking around with, that fix their mouths, obviously the prophets are back here today. You know what I mean? They out there teaching our people true repentance. The elect are out there, and you coming up and you scoffing against them. What do you think? You think you're going to get a positive reward for doing that? No. you're going to be taken in the snare. You're going to be destroyed. And all praises to the Most High for it, because if you are scoffing at brothers preaching life and repentance to your people, you are nothing more than a fool, and you are deceived, right? And the Most High has it for you to be that way, right? But let me get this real quick. So it was crazy. I was looking at it, right? I was looking at the Matthew 25 on one, why Christ was giving that parable, right? Given to the poor. Like he was saying, as you give to them, you've given to me, right? So I'm about to really go through this couple precepts that I was just looking at, right? So you can bring out this Sirach 13 and 20. Well, yeah, 20. Yep.
God. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 20. It reads, as the proud hate humility, so doeth the rich abhor the poor.
Right. Look, now this is important because it's making a comparison. The same way that proud people full of pride hate people that are humble, full of humility, so do the rich hate the poor. Right? It's the same. It's damn near the same spirit behind it, because these people are puffed up. They looking down on them. Oh, these niggas ain't got no money. Look at them. He dirty. This nigga got no home. Go get a job. Right? They're full of pride. They think they can do no wrong. They got all these assets, these worldly riches, and they're on top of the world, right? But watch this. Watch how this all ties in, because the root of it is pride, right? Watch how this ties in. This is Proverbs 19 and 17. Let me bring this out. Sure.
Yes, switch your screen. Yes, switch your screen. There you go.
God. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 19 and verse 17. Mm-hmm. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto Yahawah. And that which he hath given, he will repay him again.
Right. See, look how this is lining up. The proud, they hate humility just like the rich hate the poor. But if you are such in a mind state of pride that you can't lend to your people, you can't lend to the poor, right? You can't spare them $1, $5. You can't spare giving them food or clothes for these cold winters, right? It says the same way that you have pity upon the poor and lend it to them, it's like you're lending to the Lord, right? And he's going to repay you, right? All praises to the Most High. And then, like I said, I was looking at this Matthew 25, right? But these people are full of pride when you really look at it, because these people they are looking down, right? They're exalted, they're puffed up. Why I gotta help him? He can go get a job the same way I can, right? Everybody got the same opportunity out here, right? But you can bring this out. Verse 31, we're gonna read down a little bit.
God. Yeah, it's funny you said that, because I was thinking about that too. Like, we all got the same 24 hours or something like that. They always use that.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Everything came from the Lord.
Exactly.
You feel me? But I'm going to bring it out. Just the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the glory of Slaki, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from goats. Yep. Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
Yep.
Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Yep.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Look at this. Look at the connection, right? For you having that pity you having that state of mind to put yourself in their shoes, right? The humility to be able to put yourself in their shoes and give them what they have need of in that moment, right? And like Proverbs said, you giving to having pity on the poor is like you lending to the Lord. He's going to repay you, right? Look how this ties in. Your mind state is not I'm above them, or these niggas should be able to get it on their own, right? You humble. Humility. It takes humility to be able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. But look at the reward that comes for you, that comes to you. Not only can it be earthly rewards, but look at this as salvation, right? It's a kingdom that is prepared before the foundations of the world, right? Look at this. This is part of that reward of the humble, of the meek. That's why we have to walk through this world with that same mind state. But those who are full of pride, it's so crazy to me. It's like, our brothers and sisters out here on these street corners, and if it don't vex you or bother you, right, and you able to have the mindset of, oh, I'm good, my family good. Not only are you wicked, but you are full of pride. You are prideful to think that your riches are gonna last. If the Most High decides to take it away from you, what can you do? Why are you boasting in earthly riches, right? But we're gonna keep going.
That's right. God. Verse 41. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in hunger, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Look at that. And I jump back over there to this Sirach. Look what it says, man. As the proud hate humility, so that the rich hate the poor. It's two sides of the same coin, man. Them riches puffed you up to have you proud and took away the ability for you to have pity and compassion upon your brothers, and your reward. These little things matter, right? Your day-to-day life. Are you proud? Are you only humble when the camera's on, or are you humble in everyday life? Are you able to put yourself and feel the pain in your people? You know what I mean? These are the things that we have to do, man. So understand that pride, it branches out to so many different things, man. So all praise to the Most High. You know, Lord willing, my segment was edifying. With that, I yield.
God. No, for real.
Yeah,
man.
bringing that heat.
God, man, y'all for sure to lit the fire, man. I mean, y'all didn't really beat the dead horse, but if it's still that horse still alive, man. I ain't really got much, man. Y'all didn't really cover a lot, but I just want to touch on just what's coming to this place. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we see pride go before destruction, and we know that this place is coming to a haughty fall, man. You feel what I'm saying? So you can start off with second Esdras chapter 8. You can start at verse 50, right? Right. There you go. Matter of fact, start at 48.
God. This is the book of second Esdras chapter 8 and verse 48. And this also thou art marvelous before the Most High, in that thou hast humbled thyself as it becometh thee, and hast not judged thyself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous.
Right. So the angel is talking to Ezra, the prophet Ezra, right? And Ezra was so humble, right, that he didn't even glorify himself to be among the righteous. This is how humble he was, right? And this is why God had mercy and grace upon Ezra, right? From our belief, you feel what I'm saying? Ezra would be as Moses. And it even spoke about that as Moses. It was nobody as humble as Moses upon the earth, right? And this is that correlation in how we can pinpoint that Ezra was probably most likely Moses' regenerator, right? But let's keep going.
God says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Right. They have walked in great pride. Every single story about the destruction of in the scriptures have came from pride. You feel what I'm saying? From Nimrod, right? Nimrod, he had so much pride, he wanted to climb up into heaven and to be on top of the world, right? He wanted to build the Tower of Babel and be so high, climb into heaven and all of these things, right? And the Lord brought him down. You feel what I'm saying? Like the brother Kanya brought out, Nebuchadnezzar and his damn foolish son, foolish Nebuchadnezzar and foolish Belshazzar, damn idiots, right? And people think they're supposed to be saved. Look at their lineage. These people were fools. There's no way in the world they can serve the Most High God, right? That's a whole nother topic, right? But this is continuously, right? It's continuously accounts that we can go and read of stolen heathens being puffed up, either Israelites as well, being puffed up and them falling from that, right? Even with Pharaoh, right? During the time of the Exodus. What happened? His heart was hardened and he came after us because the Lord poured it upon him. He was a damn demon. You feel what I'm saying? This is continuously shown throughout the scriptures, right? And grab 2nd Esdras chapter 15, right? Because now we go get a different account. So like, give me like a second or two.
God. Praise to the Most High.
Yeah, that great pride, man. That is nuts. That is nuts. I'm still over here kind of tripping out about Nebuchadnezzar. This dude, I just picture him in a field like a damn cow or something, like really. But, like you said, Shab said everywhere though. Like you said, the Most High was telling them like that for great pride and all this other. So like he said, it always leads to that, and them exalting themselves or allowing it to build up. Because even like with Babylon, like your sins have reached up to heaven. They try to build up high. Every time it's like pride with some type of, exalting yourself in one way or another. It's crazy.
That's right. Thinking you just the biggest on earth or something like that. Right. But you can start at verse 18. You get 18 just straight to the point, right?
God. This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 18. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Right. And that's what's coming to this place. You feel what I'm saying? Because of pride. All because of pride, because of Esau, right? Which is the so-called white man according to the scriptures. This man has ruled this world in pride and has built it up, Babylon the Great, aka America, right? The United States of America, and built this place up for it to fall, right? And this is why I mentioned all of the places like before, as Kaya also mentioned Nebuchadnezzar, right? Nebuchadnezzar, Pharaoh, Nimrod. You feel what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's a lot more other people that we can name, right? But this is the reason why the cities are going to be troubled and the houses shall be destroyed and men is going to be afraid. It's coming a time where pride is about to expire, right? And the Lord is about to do away with pride, with arrogancy, with haughtiness, with all of that, right? And grab Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3. Right? Because ultimately, this is what pride does to people.
You in the spirit, bro. I literally was looking at that, but look what it said in the NLT, or I don't know if you were on specifically the KJV, but that NLT version looked crazy.
Con, you get an NLT.
Yeah.
This is the book of Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 3, or verse 2. It says, Yahawah says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nations. You will be greatly despised. You have been deceived by your own pride.
Right there. You have been deceived by your own pride. This is how bad pride is. You living in the deception. You feel what I'm saying? Nobody can't tell you nothing. Oh, I've been a Christian for 25 years. I know that Bible back and front. You can't tell me nothing. I love you. Jesus loved me, and I got my own relationship with God. You feel what I'm saying? This is our people. And this is a lot of Christians. They have pride. Their pride have deceived them into believing in Jesus Christ, a damn white man. This is pride, though. And this is why this place, it has to be extinguished. Because this is coming to a point where a man can call himself a damn woman because of pride. Right? This is why they call it Pride Month. Men can call themselves women. Women can call themselves men. What the hell is going on? Right? You feel what I'm saying? But this is all about pride. This is what Esau is all about, right? This is what the so-called white man is all about, right? Keep going.
Says you have been deceived by your own pride because you live in a rock fortress and you make your home high in the mountains.
You make your home where?
High in the mountains.
Right, high in the mountains. Right? This is why he got all these damn buildings and exalt himself as the eagle. Right? And it says that. Keep going.
Who can ever reach us way up here? You ask boastfully.
Right. Who can ever reach us way up here? That's a boastful act.
Oof.
That's like saying, who can mess with me?
Mm-hmm.
Who can touch us?
With me? Who won't smoke with me?
And this is why the Americans feel like they do about America. Nobody can destroy America. You know how many bombs and missiles we have? Before anyone can get a shot off, we will destroy them. We have the greatest military in the whole world. Who can reach us up here? This is how they portray themselves. Right? Keep going.
Says, but even if you soar as high as eagles and build your nest among the stars, I will bring you crashing down, says Yahawah.
And this is coming to this place.
That's right.
Because of pride.
That's right.
Pride. And anybody that's aligned with pride, anybody that think they're better than somebody else, or this, that, and the third, you will be brought down along with the so-called white man, along with Babylon, and along with Edom, along with the rulers of this world, Amalek, all of these people, right? Because this is what's coming to this place. Nothing but death and destruction, right? And grab Jude, the book of Jude. Matter of fact, grab Sirach, chapter 16.
God. 16.
You can start at 4.
God. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 16 and verse 4. It says, for by one that hath understanding shall the city be replenished. But the kindred of the wicked shall speedily become desolate.
Right. This the kindred of the wicked. Everybody that's aligned with the wicked, everybody that's aligned with all of these 7 deadly sins that umbrellas over a lot of different things, you will become desolate speedily. Right? Keep going.
God. It says, many such things have I seen with mine eyes, and mine ear have heard greater things than these. In the congregation of the ungodly shall a fire be kindled, and in a rebellious nation wrath is set on fire.
Right. This is where it's a fire being kindled in many places in these last days, right? America being one, and also the lake of damn fire. You feel what I'm saying? The congregation of the ungodly. This is the home of the ungodly. Babylon the Great, aka America, right? In a rebellious nation, wrath is set on fire. These are all the upwards that we're seeing, all of the calamities that we're seeing across the world, right? All because of ungodliness, right? Keep going. And pride. Everybody wants to rule the world or take over the world, not knowing that Hamashayac Yahawah is on his way back. And that's the kingdom that's going to sin forever. Not no damn Ammon or Moab or Esau or Amalek or any of y'all. All right, keep going.
God says he was not pacified toward the old giants who fell away in the strength of their foolishness. Neither spared he the place where Lot sojourned, but abhorred them for their pride.
For their pride, right? Sodom and Gomorrah, the chief people, right? That has a damn a monument unto them. For real. You feel what I'm saying? You look over there, people you can still find live and active, well, not live and active, but you can still find like healthy sulfur that you can light on fire, right? There's still evidence of this place on this earth, of them being burned, right? Because of their pride, because they wanted to walk as America is walking now, right? Or America is walking as Sodom and Gomorrah, right? That's why this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. They walk in pride in every which way, whether it's sexual, whether it's morally, whether it's thoughts, all of these things, right? Keep going.
God says he pitied not the people of perdition who were taken away in their sins.
God, that's it on that, right? It just goes off into us being in the wilderness and even them having pride to scoff against the Lord and scoff against Moses and to say, let's go back into Egypt. Madness, right? But it just show you where pride gets you. Like I said, pride goeth before destruction. People think they can speak against the Most High servants and things of that nature, right? We go dive off into that, right? Grab the book of Jude. Right. Or you can start at 7 just to get that one part.
God. This is the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, and don't forget Sodom and Gomorrah and their neighboring towns, which were filled with immorality and every kind of sexual perversion. Those cities were destroyed by fire and serve as a warning of the eternal fire of God's judgment.
Right. So like get in the KJV for me.
Okay, God.
It's a lot.
God, verse 7 in the KJV says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Right. All because they wanted to walk in that great pride as you just read. Right. And the Lord abhors that. The Lord abhors pride. Right. He is close unto the humble and to the meek, but he is far off from the pride and the arrogant and the lofty and the haughty. Right. Keep going. Oh no, jump down to verse 14.
God. Verse 14 says, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, Yahawah cometh in 10,000s of his saints, or with 10,000s of his saints. So like, it says to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against them.
Right. Keep going. Oh no, right there. It says, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Right. All of these scoffers, all of these people that's speaking against the Most High servants is out here in the highways and byways, that serving him in truth and sincerity. The people that scoffing against them and go get a job. I met a lot of Hebrew. They were dusty. Hebrew Israelites are dusty. My Porsche. You feel what I'm saying? People got to pay for these things.
Oh my God.
It's judgment coming upon these people. You feel what I'm saying? Unless they repent and keep the commandments, right? But the people who have to pay for the things they have done ungodly, right? Speaking about Israelites and all of this and that and the third. This is blasphemy, right? Keep going.
God, these are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lust, and their mouth speak of great swelling words, having men's person in admiration because of advantage.
Right. Having men's person because of event, all because they got some things they feel like they're admirable and admirable in the eyes of men because they have something. Meaning they don't care about what God thinks. They care about man's eyes. And that's ultimately where a lot of pride comes from. I'm gonna do this so I can look good in his eyes. Then I can flex on them niggas. And I can talk my ish. You feel what I'm saying? This is what people really living after. Right? But pride goeth before destruction. Right? And this is what this place is set up for, destruction. So if you're following after Babylon the Great and after this world in a pride of life, may the Lord have mercy upon you, because it's a time coming where it's about to get hectic. You feel what I'm saying? And pride is on its way out, right? And I'm going to end with Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 11, I believe.
God. Said 3 and what?
3 and 11. Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 11.
God. This is the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 11. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride. And thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain.
Right. So the Lord is about to rid out all of the evilness and wickedness from Israel, right? He says he's going to take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, that thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain, right? Everybody that's prideful, everybody that's haughty, everybody that's aligned with that type of arrogant spirit, you will be dealt with unless you repent. You feel what I'm saying? This is what this is all about. Repenting, coming back to God, and humbling yourself ultimately under the mighty hand of God. Because anything outside of that is leading unto wickedness, man. With that, I yield, man. All praise to the Most High God, Yahawah.
Good. Praises to the Most High, man. Fire. Straight fire, man. Straight fire. Praises. Somebody in the chat, man. I think we hit the nail on the head, like the brother Sean said. The dead
I believe
horse.
we did.
Yeah.
Definitely did. All praise to the Most High, man. Thankful and grateful to be here. Another opportunity to do the job, man. To do, you know what I mean, what the Most High placed on us, be able to do, man, which is spread His word, to spread His truth. And man, like I said, this is just part one in a series. Like I said, we're about to do a series. Obviously, it's gonna be 7 parts because it's the 7 deadly sins. But this is the first installment because pride is that umbrella that covers really all of them. As you see, it leads to a multitude of other sins, man. So we have to get out that way because the Most High resists the proud. We did a lesson on that before. He's completely against him, but He stands and fights for the humble.
That's right.
Honestly.
God.
Hopefully you took some good notes. Hopefully this was edifying for you. You know, it's Thursday, so you already know it's every Tuesday and Thursday for us. So Lord willing, we'll be back again, be it the Lord's will, on July the 13th, Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
It's like in January.
January, excuse me. I'm sorry, January, man. I'm all over January, so like, yeah. But yeah, all praise to the Most High, man. It's definitely keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes open. There's so much going on, spirits. There's so many tests and trials, man. But you with the Lord and He got you, you're going to overcome them all. You're going to overcome, man. For real.
That's right.
God, that's right. That's right, man. Keep the faith. Keep your eyes open, man. Living in some good times, man. There's a lot of good things going on, man. The Lord's word is coming to pass, man. Always got to keep our eyes on the prize, man. Just stay prayed up, man. That's all we can do.
God, man.
God, man. So, guess we ain't got no question. Nobody in the chat, man. We probably about to jump up off here, man. Like that, like Slakia.
God, if you haven't, man, yeah, like, share, subscribe, man. If you haven't, it said show some love, man. Support if it's on your heart, man. You can help us in a lot of different ways. All praise to the Most High, man. Trying to stay in the spirit through the midst of everything, man. I lost my grandma today, man, but I'm still gonna push this word, man. Definitely, you know, something that just kind of caught me off guard. But you know, the Most High don't make mistakes, and that's what He doing, man. So you know, it is what it is. You know, all praise to the Most High. She the one taught me how to pray before I knew I was an Israelite. All these different things, man. So you will be missed, man. Rest in peace to my granny, man.
Rest in peace, man. All praise to the Most High. It's like something definitely tough, man. But they're still holding his duty, man, making his body a living sacrifice. You know what I mean? Most individuals would be, would have skipped out, you know, and grieve family, you know, but all praises, like, Most High put it on your spirit to still come out and you know, bring out the word of God, man. So, you know, we know something on the back end is coming. You know what I mean? So we just got to be patient and wait for the Lord, man. All praises to the Most High.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High. So with that, man, probably wrap it up. Lord willing, we'll see y'all again Tuesday, if it be His will. Wonderful one. Be looking out for the next installments of this, and we'll see what else we bring out. Of course, it's gonna be more videos on this. Probably gonna be 1 per week, and then we're gonna go into other things, prophecy and everything else, Lord willing. So with that, I'd like to say, Son YAHAWASHI HAMASHAYACH, Shalom, and a Habathum. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom, Israel.
All right. Shalom, Mahabatham, Kwam Yasharala. Till next time, family.
Shalom. Kwam Yasharala.